Yeah, it was great. It was like Kershaw striking out D. Gordon. It was like, whooah, and he was like, steroids ain't gonna help you there. Coming to you pre-tape from the Best Coast Show studios. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, we're currently the best of the worst.
Yeah.
And I think I'm okay with it.
I am not okay with it.
I mean, all you got to do is get into the playoffs. I'm already thinking playoffs. We're only 30 games into the season. I'm thinking playoffs.
This team does not look like a playoff team right now. Albert, today we're talking Dodgers, we're talking Rams. Dodgers are in first place, yes, but our record is 14-13 in the worst division of baseball. And we're not looking good right now. Really shitty hitting. We still need pitching. We have tons of pitchers, but none of them apparently can get anybody out at key moments, except Kershaw and Maeda, although Maeda struggled a little bit in his last outing. Everybody in baseball is on roids again. What happened? I thought we were done with that, but
Chicks
apparently
take the long ball.
Apparently we got the roid situation going back, PEDs. So we got to talk a little bit about D. Gordon, our old friend, and then we want to talk about a random Ram today. We got to have so this is a Dodgers Rams combo episode. Let's get started.
All right, guys. So the Dodgers are 14-13, tied for first place. The NL West is the worst division in baseball. First place is first place. You still get into the playoffs. I mean, having this happen, I'm sure there's going to be a team from the Central. Both teams from the Central are going to go for a wild card spot, and they'll still be 10 games better than the Dodgers at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking good right now. I mean, it's early, and you go through slumps, and hopefully that 6-7 game stretch was their worst slump. I mean, they batted below 200 on that homestand.
We lost 6 in a row. This is how bad the division is. We lost 6 games in a row, and we're still in first place.
Yeah.
And we lost 4 to the Marlins. The Marlins swept us in a 4-game series. Donnie came back, swept us in a 4-game series.
That was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. And then we're like, okay, Padres are coming in town. There's the remedy. Get back on track. The Padres are here. It took the Padres 33, 34 innings to finally score on us, and then they beat us.
Yeah. For some reason, Agon, who's really the core of our offense, forgot how to hit for a 7, 8, 10-game stretch.
He went 0 for 21.
Yeah, that's unlike Adrian, for sure. Now, listen, he's a true professional. He's a professional hitter. I am not worried about Agon. He will right the ship, for sure. I worry when Puig goes 2 for 28 because I don't know that he has the baseball mind to go, what's wrong? How can I fix it? Howie, totally great. I feel, he's not batting very well. I have Howie, Yasiel Puig, and Justin Turner on my fantasy baseball.
That sucks.
I had to put them all on the bench because they all suck.
Look, TK's hitting under 250. He's hitting 240, 238.
He started off
hot. Sager's also hitting in the 240 area. Puig's at 238. Our best hitter is Chase Utley. Chase Utley's hitting 285.
How is that possible?
No. Grandal.
No, yeah, Grandal, but Grandal hasn't played that much yet. Chase, Dodger fans, if you told me last year...
I mean, Justin Turner's hitting 238.
I know, that's unlike Justin Turner, too. He's normally a 270, 280 hitter. If you tell me that Chase Utley last year in October is going to be your best hitter at the start of the season, the most consistent getting on base... The other thing, I would have been like, no way. But the other thing that's a problem that I feel like is that Roberts is doing the same thing that Mattingly is doing. Every night there's a different lineup. Does that bug you?
Yes and no. I mean, it bugs me for a couple of reasons because I hate that there's no consistent lineup because the guys can't, okay, I'm going to be in the 2 hole. I'm going to be the 3 guy. I'm going to be the 4.
How do you prepare?
But a lot of it has to do with, okay, Carl Crawford sucks. We know that his outfielding skills are terrible, and we know that he can't hit. And it's like, oh, wait, we're going up against a lefty. Crap. So you got to pull him. Yeah. You put in, Clay Thompson or somebody.
No, Trace Thompson.
Trace Thompson. Why did I say Clay Thompson?
Well, it's because he's his brother.
Trace Thompson. So, and small sample size, but Thompson's doing very well. Defensively, he can't read the ball off the bat, but he's doing very well for us.
We've seen a couple times where he
runs he runs backward. Look, when you're a kid, they always train you when you're playing outfield. First step back. Yeah. But he runs 15 feet back and then goes, oh shit, it's a shallow fly ball, and then he hauls ass to try and catch it.
I mean, he's faster than hell, so he's gonna.
I would rather have Thompson out in left field, and the reason why we have a different lineup every single night is because of our outfield situation, right? So
God, we need Ethier back.
Anytime there's well, they're going to do the same thing because he hits left-handed as well. Anytime there's a lefty in the lineup, we pull out Crawford, we put in somebody else, and then Jock struggles a lot, but he hit a home run last night. And then it's like, oh, okay, based on our own pitcher, is it going to be A.J. Ellis catching for Kershaw, or is Grandal going to be in? And how is Grandal doing? And then it's like, oh, okay, we have a plethora of infielders, so we're going to swap around Kike and Turner, and we're going to swap around
Culberson. We have Culberson,
and we're going to swap around Utley. And you realize, oh, Utley's like 40 years old. I think he's like 37. But it's like he can't be playing every night. So, we have to. And I think it's because we have so many. You can call them utility guys because Turner can play multiple infield positions. Yeah. Kike multiple infield positions. Howie and Chase, and then Howie sometimes plays left field. Yeah. And I think it's because we have so many utility guys that our lineup changes every night on top of the pitching matchup.
All I know is if I was a hitter, I'd be bummed coming to the ballpark. Oh, today I'm batting 7th. Yesterday I was batting 2nd. Like, it's a different mentality when you're batting 2nd.
Because you're put in different positions. And if you're batting 2nd, you got the 3-hole behind you protecting you.
Exactly.
If you're batting 3rd, you got the number 4 guy protecting you. When you're batting 7th, 8th, oh, crap, I got the pitcher coming up.
And we haven't even been able to figure out where to put Puig. I mean, can he bat 1st? Can he bat 3rd? Can he bat 6th? He doesn't show that he is this. Like, we know Agon's batting 4th. We know that is happening. Sometimes 3rd, but most of the time 4th.
Yeah, he and Turner have been switching off 3-4, 3-4, 3-4.
You know what you're getting from those two guys, but I have no idea where to bat Puig if I'm the manager. It's like, I would think he should lead off. I mean, the guy. But
we always have Kike and Chase Utley leading off.
Exactly, and they're doing a better job of getting on base. So, I mean, Puig started swinging at pitches out of the strike zone again. He started going back to his old thing 2 years ago.
Hey, but his average velocity off the bat is 100 and some. Who fucking cares?
I do like that stat.
I hate that stat. That stat's so fucking stupid.
I want to write that stat.
Exit velocity. They have it at the stadium now, too. Exit velocity, 107. Oh, Puig's exit velocity average. Who fucking cares?
Will you care about how fast a pitcher throws?
Yeah, because you're trying to blow it by a batter. Okay, so it's like, okay, great. So his average exit velocity is 100 and whatever miles per hour, which puts him in like the top 2-3 in the National League with Jock and Mike Stanton, and Bryce Harper. But it's like he's still hitting 235. Is he getting on base? No. Then what fucking difference does it make?
Jock's swing's looking a little bit better, but still the same thing. He either hits a home run, fouls the ball off.
Well, because he's not making contact. Yeah. That's why he strikes out so much.
Well, and he's fouling a lot off, so he's just missing. So, I think that we went through this tough stretch. Dodger fans, don't jump off the cliff yet. I think we're going to be okay.
We do. Dodger fans are on suicide watch all the time.
We are.
It's like, because I told you we're gonna complain about everything, and even when we win, we're not gonna be happy unless it was a big win.
That's true.
I mean, we win. What was it, 10-5 last night? And the whole time I was like, God damn it, Casimir, you son of a bitch! It's like
that was that was Casimir's best game, and he gave up 5 runs.
But it's like, listen. We know that you mess up your thumb in spring training while batting because you've always been an American League pitcher. You're not used to swinging the bat. You mess up your pitching hand's thumb. You know it. We know it. The training staff knows it. The nerds know it. Why are you playing?
Yeah. Take 3 weeks off. We already got it.
I mean, he's playing because we have no starting pitching. McCarthy's hurt. Anderson's hurt. Every time Hyun-Jin Ryu makes a step forward, there's always a step backwards. Yeah. And then De Leon finally left extended spring training. He's now with OKC. They're still babying Urias down in where is he? He's in Tulsa? Or is he in OKC?
He might be in Tulsa.
Okay, so they're babying him, and regardless of what happens, they're only
not
letting
coming
him
up right now.
I would hope not, because he's only like 19 years old. They need to build his arm. But maybe De Leon, he's 23 years old. He can come up in a month or two after they get him through spring training, or through the OKC stuff. Yeah. And
now
we have no pitching to. Maeda was hot. Maeda,
he's still good. He's still fine.
He gave up 4 runs. 2 were charged. All 4 were charged to him. He gave up 2, and then the bullpen came in, gave up the other 2 because he left them on base. Maeda's doing fine. Kershaw's doing fine. Kershaw goes out, complete game shutout, 14 Ks, 3 hits, no walks, gets the only RBI of the game. He put the whole team on his back. That's what he did.
Pumped him up. They had the little dance party after the thing.
Maybe that was something because the team comes out. They scored 10 runs against the Rays. They hadn't done that since opening day against the Padres, and it's like, okay, something needs to happen. We have to sign somebody. We got to trade for somebody. We need starting pitching. And now the Dodgers are looking at Lincecum. He's having an open tryout on Saturday.
Dodger fans, do you want to see Tim Lincecum in a Dodger uniform?
I've never been sold on Tim Lincecum. I know he won a Cy Young once. He won a Cy Young. No, 2? I thought he won 1.
We'll check it out.
I don't know, but the last one he won, I believe, was 2009, and he had an ERA of 2.5. He had 260 strikeouts. I think he was like 15-9 or something.
Yeah.
And you look at that, and you're kind of like, how bad was every other pitcher that year?
Yeah.
This is how bad it was that year. Dan Herron was in the top 5. And it's kind of like a 2.5 ERA, 260 strikeouts in a season. That's an awful year for Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
And he goes out, becomes a reliever. I believe he was a reliever for the Giants in 2012 when they won the World Series. But 2012 on, he's had an ERA of over 5.
You're going bottom of the barrel if you're looking at Lincecum, but maybe he's got something going right now.
I don't know. Tim Lincecum, every time, announcers would talk about him and they would say, they call him the freak because his angle is weird on his arm and his mechanics are weird. And the mechanics that he has to throw a pitch exceed the body length that he has. And everyone always said it. At some point, that's going to catch up. At some point, those mechanics are going to catch up to him. And they did. He's had an ERA over 5 for the last 3 years.
But maybe he's changed his mechanics a little bit because he's taken some time off and he's
Maybe.
Yeah. I still don't. I just don't. That'd be like Bonds. I mean, look, I hated when Jeff Kent signed with the Dodgers.
Jeff Kent was good with the Dodgers, especially after Manny came in.
I don't know. And then Uribe was decent just because Uribe's funny and fun. Jeff Kent's an ass, and so I hated him even more because he's a jerk. But I just, I can't see Lincecum sign with the Dodgers. I guess I could. It's money to them. They don't care. But
if Netco was still the GM, he would have been signed.
He would have already.
It would have been like, all right, 3 years, $40 million.
He would have been on the team last year.
Yeah, he would have been on the team last year.
Okay, so we still need pitching. We realize that. I mean, we got Blanton right now as our setup guy.
That's weird.
Blanton's now like leading to Jansen, which is crazy. Blanton's been pitching good. His ERA is below 2.
Yeah, because you're only asking him to go out there for an inning.
Yeah. That's all we want. If he goes 2 innings, he's giving up 4 home runs. So we can't do that once he gets past, first couple batters. Now, what about, this PED situation? I mean, D. Gordon gets popped. This is the last person we thought.
Because he's not a home run hitter. But I was thinking about this whole D. Gordon thing, and I'm thinking, okay, he's not a home run hitter. He didn't go from hitting 3 home runs a year to 25.
Yeah.
But someone that, coincidence, I guess, Barry Bonds is your hitting coach. He leaves the Dodgers. He's weighing 145 pounds when he reports with the Marlins.
That's soaking wet.
Now he's 177 pounds or something when he reported to spring training this year. And it's like, okay, you've gained 30 pounds. I understand as you get older, your body gets larger, but that's like a Barry Bonds, Pirates to Giants type of change.
Yeah.
And he's a long lean guy, and a lot of it was, okay, we got to trade Gordon. While people think he's got value, trade him. And we finally did. And I was always saying trade him the way I was always saying trade Chin Lung Hu and trade Ivan De Jesus and trade Chad Billingsley and trade Matt Kemp. I was always right about the guys we should trade until the D. Gordon thing happened. And then he goes out, he hits like 350 the next year.
Wins the batting title.
And I was like, shit, I was wrong about D. Gordon. I'm sorry. But now he's on steroids. He can go fuck himself because I was right the whole time because these hits, like when he played for the Dodgers,
they were blue pits.
That
maybe found a hole.
Exactly. So now that he's on steroids, he's not hitting a ball that's going over the fence, but these hits that he's getting, they're coming out a little harder. They're line drives.
Off the bat,
exit velocity,
exit
velocity, blah,
velocity
blah.
went up.
But these balls are not going into the gap and going all the way to the wall. The outfielders have to play him a little differently because he was always a contact hitter.
Slap hitter, though.
Yeah, but he was never a strikeout guy, so he would make contact, but he was just lazy fly balls. Little bloop singles, but now as he's bigger, he's stronger. These balls are finding the gaps. These balls are going out into the middle outfield, and he's hitting 350.
Now Josh Raven got popped too.
Now Josh Raven gets hit, and it's kind of like, damn it! But he wasn't on the team because his arm's broken, and he got into that Twitter beef with Kike over like misplaying a ball and making it look harder than it actually was, and blah blah blah.
I didn't
it's
like
all
Josh
like
anyway.
Whatever. Who cares? But that's what he gets.
Listen, should we just give up on this whole PED
Chicks
thing?
dig the long ball.
I mean, should we just let him do it? Because my feeling is, as a pro athlete, I go back and forth on this. They play so many games. Right? I mean, football players, baseball players.
Well, yeah, you're doing 162 games, and a lot of people are kind of like, oh, they don't play till tomorrow at 7. Okay, great. You leave the stadium at 11:30. You're going to the bus to jump on a plane. That plane's going to take you overnight somewhere. You're getting to your hotel early in the morning. Yeah, the travel time, the lack of sleep, your body needs to recover. And a lot of these people, someone like, let's say, D. Gordon, there's not a ton of muscle mass on him. Yeah. But these anabolic steroids that they take, just because you take steroids is not going to make you a better athlete, a better player. They take
recovery.
steroids for recovery.
And I'm fine with that.
If you're working out every day and these steroids are allowing you to recover, yeah, you could train harder, you could do this, you could do that, you're getting more muscle mass, you're getting leaner. But they're doing a lot of it is recovery. Like Josh Ravin, his excuse was recovery.
Was that his excuse? Because I thought he said he didn't know what he was taking.
Well,
like they all say.
He had like a strep throat or whatever, and he's like, I need to take a supplement, and I was trying to get better, and I was doing this for recovery. It was something I bought over the counter. I didn't know, and I took this, and it's kind of like, you're a professional athlete. You should know everything you put into your body. Yeah. Your trainer should know everything that you're buying, and your trainer should know about everything. There's zero fucking excuse. No. There is zero excuse for you as an athlete to pop and then go, oh, I didn't know what I was ingesting. Yeah. You goddamn better know what you're ingesting. Because in a lot of these players, why is this a problem in any sport, whether it be MMA, NFL, MLB, NHL, whatever, what have you? I actually haven't heard of any NHL suspensions for PEDs. No. But why is it? There are tens of millions of dollars at stake.
Sure.
Look at Melky Cabrera, right? Melky Cabrera, that son of a bitch, he helps the
Giants win the World Series.
He helps the Giants win the World Series, and he got suspended for the second half of that season because he got popped after the All-Star game. Yeah. And that was a contract year for him. And then he ends up getting a monster deal the following year.
Sure.
Even though they knew he was on steroids.
But look at him now. He's not, whatever. I go either way because you think about, okay, then it inspires little kids to say in high school, look, I got to get better. To be better than the next kid.
And that's really dangerous.
And that's dangerous because they don't have medical.
Right. These $1 million athletes are getting popped, and it always gets traced back to a lab or a medical facility or a doctor. Yeah. And these high school kids are looking up and they're saying, I can make millions of dollars.
Yeah. But they don't have the same
oversight.
They
don't have the same oversight.
Yeah.
They don't have a doctor on staff. These kids don't have the knowledge of what's going on and what someone, you're meeting some guy in an alley behind a Gold's Gym and they're unraveling something out of a piece of foil. Yeah. And these kids are like, oh, yeah, this is going to help me. And it's like, that's how you destroy your organs, man.
I mean, we don't know what the long-term effects are. I think they're not good. I mean, a few people have died, and who was the football players who died? It was like Lyle Alzado apparently died from steroids.
It's a lot of. I mean, steroids have been around since the 1920s in one form or another. Okay. Now, when we talk steroids in sports, it's always anabolic steroids. Yeah. But any kind of synthetic hormone that you take, anything your body can create, but you take synthetically, like ibuprofen, birth control. Those are steroids, only they're not anabolic steroids. When people think steroids, they think, oh, I'm going to gain muscle mass. Yeah. And a lot of these athletes, they don't get popped for steroids. They get popped for masking agents to steroids.
Like Manny with his estrogen.
Pregnancy
deal.
It's like we found pills that women for maternity leave are taking, and that's because you are cycling off your masking that you were taking a steroid.
Yeah. I just,
there's a lot of money at stake, man.
I thought a lot of money. There is, and I thought we were over this thing. I thought but these players and these doctors are one step ahead of the testing. But apparently, MLB has picked up their testing.
Well, Gordon went old school. The thing he got popped for was a steroid that the East Germans used to take, and they were taking this in the Olympics back in the late 40s, early 50s. And the thing with the steroid is this steroid is not a strong steroid that causes you to gain muscle mass. It makes you have lean muscle because he's a sprinter. This guy steals bases. He turns singles into doubles. Yeah. But it's not strong enough that it causes an estrogen rebound where you have to cycle off, where you have to take masking agents.
Yeah.
So he got popped and.
So Giancarlo Stanton did not get popped, who's huge, but D. Gordon does.
Yeah.
It's just the irony there.
We are not, disclaimer, we are not saying that Giancarlo Stanton takes steroids. We just think it's a funny coincidence.
That he hits the longest home
runs. That he is a monster, and Barry Bonds happens to be the batting coach there, who everyone suspected took steroids, and D. Gordon gets popped.
Yeah.
That's our disclaimer.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that maybe the Dodgers were looking at Ryan Braun, and that's speaking of PEDs, a little side note, as a possible.
I would bring Ryan Braun over.
Really?
Ryan Braun's a Valley kid.
We've been wanting to get him on the show.
I want Ryan Braun on the show. Ryan, if you're watching this show, come on the show. He's a Valley kid. He went to Granada Hills High School. He's from the area.
Why would he want to play for Milwaukee? I'm sorry. They have a cool stadium and whatever.
He got drafted by Milwaukee. Not that he wanted to play there.
He's got to come back home.
Yeah, we got to
I don't know. He'd be better than Carl Crawford.
Yes.
He would be. But would he be better than Matt Kemp? I mean, we were all like, get Matt Kemp out of here.
He is a better outfielder than Matt Kemp.
Better outfielder, but Kemp's a better hitter. Right now.
But Ryan Braun also is not as injury prone as Carl Crawford or really any of our outfielders.
And he's younger. All right, and then okay, so let's talk random Ram. Our random Ram's not really random.
Our random Ram segment is back, guys. Our random Ram, like Curtis just said, is not really random because you all know who we're talking about. He is the NFL 2016 number 1 overall draft pick. Jared Goff, everybody. Yeah. He's not on our show, sorry. Yeah. No, but he was drafted number 1 overall by your Los Angeles Rams and our Los Angeles Rams now. The Rams went from 15 to number 1, which has never happened before. No one's ever jumped 15 spots in the draft to get the number 1 pick. And they draft this kid. He's from California. He's out of Cal. He's from Northern California. He's the son of a former Major League Baseball player. This kid is 6'4". He was born in 1994, so he's 21 years old. How old does that make you feel?
That makes me feel old.
The face of the franchise for Los Angeles, for the Rams, for the NFL team, for the 50th year that the Rams will technically be in Los Angeles, is a 21-year-old kid. And
I'm excited.
I'm excited. That makes you feel old. And what excites me about Goff is this guy had every single season passing record in the history of Cal. He's the only true freshman ever to start a home opener for Cal, a season opener for Cal. He
broke Aaron Rodgers all of his
Aaron
records.
Rodgers, was at Cal, and he broke all of his records. And his win-loss record in college sucked. It was terrible.
Well, their team wasn't that good.
But the team was terrible. But I like when that happens. You see a lot of quarterbacks come out of successful programs, and you're thinking, okay, he's going to be successful in the pros, but he's not because people like Matt Leinart, people like Mark Sanchez. They came out of the elite level USC program during those years, but you're surrounded by elite level athletes, and you're beating up on college students, right? Now, this guy had great career numbers, great single season numbers, awful record, but he persevered through the shitty team that he had, and now he's going to be surrounded by arguably the number 1 defense in the league. He's got one of the best running backs in the league. Yeah. He's got a really good O-line. He's got no wide receivers.
But there's still time for them to sign a couple guys.
We still have time to do that. Now,
I know you want Calvin Johnson to come out of retirement.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson, if you're watching this, come out of retirement so the Rams can buy you out of your Lions contract and then come live it up in L.A. It'd be great.
That would be awesome.
And, the Titans gave us the number 1 overall pick because they're set at quarterback with Mariota, right? Yeah. So the Titans, they gave us the 1st overall pick. They gave us a 4th and a 6th, but we gave them our 1st, which is the number 15th overall. We gave them 2 second-round picks, the 3rd and I think a 6th-round pick, and then we gave them next year's 1st and 3rd round picks.
But the thing
That's
is,
a lot.
I'm okay with that because here's why. You know what? You're talking about a quarterback. If he pans out, and you never know. If he pans out, he could be the quarterback for the next 12, 15 years for this team and could take them to a couple Super Bowls. It's not going to happen next year. It's not going to happen the year after, but they are going to get progressively
you don't
better.
know that. You don't know that. I mean, look at the Colts, right? The Colts were like,
take that chance.
What were the Colts? 2-14 the year before they drafted Andrew Luck, and then they turn it around and they have 12 wins the next year, and it's because of a quarterback. Can Goff do that? Goff?
I think he can. I don't know if he's as good as Andrew Luck.
Is a good passing quarterback. He's smart. He can read the defense, and he's got an offensive line that's not going to destroy him. The way, Sam Bradford was a great quarterback, but you saw what happened to him when the Rams drafted him. No offensive line. This guy gets wrecked. He wants out of Philly.
He also got hurt, too.
Yeah. And Goff is a tough quarterback. If he has to tuck in the ball and run, great, but we don't want that. And then you got one of the best running backs in the league with you.
They can just hand the ball off to Gurley.
And we can't give Gurley the ball 35 times a game.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because he's a running back. You're going to destroy him by the time he's like 27.
That's what happens with running backs.
That's what happens with running backs. But, give me a number 1 receiver.
And a good tight end.
And a decent tight end. Yeah. And the draft in the draft the Rams picked up 2 wide receivers and a tight end. But the defense, the Rams were 7-9 last year.
Yeah. I think they might be 7-9
you play in the division
again.
with the Seahawks, you play in the division with the 49ers who now have Chip Kelly at the head coach, and then you played with the Cardinals who I believe won 14 games last year. It's a pretty tough division. But you're 7-9 and you now have a franchise quarterback. You still have a great defense. I'm not going to say that they make the playoffs next year, but that 7-9 could be 9-7. It could be 10-6.
Could be.
They just play in a really tough division.
They do. The Niners are probably going to be crap because they're rebuilding with the Chip Kelly thing, and he's got to redo it. So they could come in 3rd in their own thing. I'm not looking to the
progress.
Yeah, it's progress. It's going to be.
Guys, what else do we know about Jared Goff? He's a Giants fan.
That's right.
The face of the franchise, the Los Angeles Rams. Quarterback,
huge Giants
is a huge Giant. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
When you're, okay, I get it. You were an 18-year-old kid. You didn't know this. You didn't know that the Rams were going to draft you.
No.
But he went out, and we all saw the tweet. Hey, I hope Yasiel Puig gets a fastball to the ribs in the next game.
So this is going to be uncomfortable when our number one pick throws out the first pitch in a couple weeks because he's gonna. They always do that.
Yeah, they always do that.
And so what's he going to do? I mean, if you went,
I think it's a PR move. I think it's a PR move because Puig reached out to him.
Yes.
And Puig said, "Hey,
welcome to
Los Angeles. Come on over. I'll take you to a couple games." Goff's acknowledged it in the press conference, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we talked about the tweet. Everyone's been giving me shit that I'm a Giants fan. Now I'm in Los Angeles Rams, and I'm gonna accept the invitation to come over." The PR move would be that he throws out the first pitch and Puig catches the ball.
I think the PR move is Puig is up at the plate, he drills him, and then Puig runs out and like he's gonna tackle him and then they hug.
I think that'd be a better move.
That'd be fun.
That would be funny.
Like,
now,
just do it. Just
you were
nail
asking
him.
me earlier. You were asking me earlier. What if I was Goff, right? I was growing up, and I was a Dodgers fan growing up, and the 49ers drafted me, and I'm over. What's the park in San Francisco? It's not Pac Bell anymore, is it?
The stadium they play. You mean the Giants stadium?
Yeah. What's it called?
What is it called?
AT&T.
AT&T.
It's AT&T Park with the stupid Coca-Cola sign on the back.
The big giant glove.
And the giant glove. If I'm a Dodgers fan that gets drafted by the 49ers and the Giants are like, hey, you're the new face of the franchise. Your face is going to be all over San Francisco.
Jersey?
I would not go out in a Giants jersey. I would go out there in my Dodgers jersey. The Giants will be playing like the Pirates or the Mets. I'll go out there in a Dodgers jersey.
You would get booed.
I don't give a shit.
They would throw so much
Jackie
stuff at
Robinson got traded from the Dodgers to the Giants. You know what he said? He said, fuck it, I'm out. I'm going to retire.
That's true. But the thing
Maybe he didn't say it like that, but
he did not
retired.
say it like Jackie did not use the expletives. But here's the deal.
If I'm Goff, if I'm Jared Goff, I would be the biggest troll. I would show up to the pressers in Giants hats.
Man.
I would be it would be hilarious.
So what's he going to wear? Is he going to wear a Rams jersey with the number 1 on it?
I would advise him. It's
because D'Angelo Russell wore a Dodgers jersey and
but
a Dodger hat.
Here's the thing. It's a lose-lose because a lot of Dodger fans are Raider fans and they don't like the Rams. So if I tell him, hey, go out there.
So he's going to get booed regardless.
Yeah, he's going to get booed regardless. You go out there, you put on your Rams hat, your Rams jersey, and throw out the first pitch to be safe so you don't get stabbed in the parking lot. The Raider fans are going to stab you. Yeah. But if you go out there and he does what I wanted to do and he goes out there and he wears his Giants gear, then the Dodger fans are going to stab him in the parking lot.
Yeah, so either way.
Guys, he's our franchise quarterback. Be nice to him. Do not stab him. Do not assault him. Yeah. If you're Raiders fans, I'm sorry. You're a Raiders fan. Your team plays up in Oakland, possibly in Las Vegas, but you're no longer in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the Raider fans need to leave now. You need to become Raider fans. You need to switch allegiances. I'm sorry. If you've liked them since you were 4, we got to get behind our Rams now.
It's
true. We got the franchise quarterback to do it. I'm going to give him a pass as a Giants fan, kind of. It bugs me.
Wait. Regardless, or are we going to be like, God damn it, that guy, he's a Giants fan. Oh, hey, but he threw 5 touchdowns on Sunday.
Yeah, if he throws 5 touchdowns, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to
look, I say this about all my athletes and my politicians. I don't give a fuck what you do on your own time. Just do your job.
Dude,
in this case, it's win.
Dude, Jock Peterson may have been a Giants fan growing up. We don't know.
We don't know that.
He hasn't.
You know what, though? I'm gonna. Some of you guys may know this, but Vince Scully, Mr. Dodger.
Yeah, but
Vince Scully was a Giants fan.
That was when he was 6. That was like 90,000 years ago. He's not.
I'm just saying.
He's not a Giants fan.
The most famous
now.
Dodger of all time grew up a Giants fan.
That's an overblown story. All right, Albert, what's our gift of the day?
All right, guys, our gift of the day. Oh, no, wait, the contest.
Oh, yeah, we got a contest.
Okay, we have a contest. Okay, so hold off for the gift of the day. We have a contest.
It's not going to be the Matt Kemp bobblehead.
It's not going to be the Matt Kemp bobblehead. No. We went to the game the other day, and they gave out the Clayton Kershaw bobblehead, and I was looking at it and go, oh, this is pretty cool. But it always bothers me that when your pitcher's got a beard or long hair, like the hair's not real. I'm like, at least make the fake fibers or whatever. Anyways, I would have the bobblehead with me, but Curtis decided to take it home like a jerk.
I didn't know.
But it was the giveaway. Anyways, our social media coordinator is going to be giving it away on the show.
Director. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Our social media coordinator is going to be giving it away on Twitter. Use the hashtag BCSYourFriend. So we'll put that somewhere down here or in the description. But use the hashtag BCSYourFriend and tweet us anything you want, but just make sure you use the hashtag, and we're going to randomly select somebody to win it. And you know what's really funny about a lot of the contests I've been noticing? We'll have our coordinator select someone at random that's following us. You have to follow us on Twitter. That is following us on Twitter that retweets it. And a ton of people retweet it. But when the winner gets chosen, they're not following us, so they don't win. So then we have to do it again and again. And it's pretty funny. So follow us on Twitter, guys, at Besco Show. It is a good bobblehead. I like it. It's nice. But yeah, stalk us on Twitter.
We're also on iTunes.
We're on iTunes now. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on TuneIn. We're on SoundCloud, obviously. But yeah, follow us on those things. But for the contest, use the hashtag BCS your friend. Send us a tweet. Make sure you're following us, otherwise you can't win. And we're going to pick somebody at random.
What's our gift of the day?
Our gift of the day. Guys, gift of the day. Okay, so A-Rod was out in Boston, and it was raining in Boston. And I guess, like, his bat was wet, but his nuts were itching. And most people, I get it, the bat was wet. Most people, players will put the bat under their armpit and sweat, and like clean it off, or they'll put it between their legs once and pull it out, but they don't jerk themselves off. And I don't know, I guess A-Rod was just scratching an itch.
That's one of the best bat drying techniques. I'm gonna teach my son that.
All right, guys, so don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. Don't forget to use the hashtag BCSYourFriend to participate in the Twitter contest. That way we can give you guys a Clayton Kershaw bobblehead. You can now find us on iTunes, Stitcher. You can find us on TuneIn. You can find us on SoundCloud. So, for all your podcast needs, find us on there. That's been our show, and you guys have a good night.